Welcome back to Market Headlines. As one of the financial sector backbones, Indonesia's insurance industry has been hardly impacted by COVID-19 pandemic. Financial Services Authority even claimed that insurance industry growth hit minus 10%.
As one of the financial sector backbone, Indonesia's insurance industry has been hardly impacted by COVID-19 pandemic. Financial Services Authority or OJK revealed that the insurance industry was still able to post higher premium income in the second quarter of 2020. But in the same time, OJK mentioned that premium income growth of life insurance has contracted by 10%, while general insurance and reinsurance premium contracted by 2.3%. Meantime, based on insurance companies' performance, majority of listed general insurance companies posted lower results in the first half of 2020. Based on financial statements in the second quarter of 2020, 8 of 13 general insurance listed companies posted net profit decline. Even one of them, Kresna Mitra Insurance, posted net loss as much as 76 billion rupiah in the first half of 2020. Due to challenging conditions in 2020, Indonesian General Insurance Association projected that general insurance industry might record negative performance in 2020, around minus 15 up to 25%. Even in the worst case scenario, the negative performance may reach minus 30%. From all sources, IDX Channel.
Financial market has been hardly affected by COVID-19 pandemic, including insurance industry, whether life insurance or general insurance as well. But this time, I will highlight the COVID-19 impacts on general insurance industry. And to get a better understanding about that, let's check out into the following graphic. Here it is. For the meantime, yes, we can see the total premium income of general insurance. First of all, we can divide it into three categories. In here, we got June, May, and April. First of all, let's take a look on April 2019. Number in 26 trillion rupiah. But however, in 2020, still in the April month, it went down 4.74% to be 25.69 trillion rupiah. And if we take a look at May, in 2019, the number is still in the range of 33 trillion rupiah. But however, it went down 6.48% to be 30 trillion rupiah in May 2020. And as the latest data we gather in June 2019, for example, last year, it was in 40 trillion rupiah, but however, it went down by 5.88% to be 37.76 trillion rupiah. And if we take a look at the trend between 2019 to 2020, the general insurance of the total premium income is decreasing. And the number of premium income is preliminary data that confirms that the contractions in general insurance industry in Indonesia. Not only that, even Financial Services Authority or OJK claims that the insurance industry's growth contractions could reach 10%. And apart from premium income, the next main indicator is investment return or investment yield. And to get a clearer information about that, let's move on to the next graphic. Here it is, we can see the investment yield of the general insurance. Still, we got three indicators between April, May, and June, and the same as we can see through the data, it has a decreased trend. First of all, let's take a look on the latest data on June. In June 2019, it was in 2 trillion rupiah, but however, in June 2020, the number went down quite significant by 14.07% to be 1.77 trillion rupiah. And if we can see and assess based on the latest months for April and May, the trend is also decreasing. And the declining investment yield of general insurance has started since the first quarter of 2020, whereas the investment only grew by 1.17%. And meantime, one of the declining contributors is the weakening Jakarta Composite Index, which is known that by June 2020, or during the first half of 2020, the index recorded negative growth, minus 22.13%, and compared to the level on the end of 2019. And not only that, the other contributor came from the money market instruments such as deposit, which has been affected by the central bank's policy on rate cut continuously. And then how about the performance of the general insurance companies in the midst of pandemic? So let's move on to the next graphic for further detail. Here it is, we can see listed general insurance companies' net profit or probably loss by the first half of 2020. Here it is, we can see there is Kresna Insurance that is deeply contracted by minus 76 billion rupiah. And if we move on to Jakarta General Insurance, it's still booked a profit by 7 billion rupiah. And then if we move on to Asuransi Mag, we can see a profit of 39 billion rupiah. And if we take a look on Ramayana for its insurance, it's still booked a profit by 43 billion rupiah, while Lipo Insurance still in the good financial conditions that booked a profit in the first half of 2020 in 78 billion rupiah. And then we can see and assess that Kresna Insurance is the most heavily impacted in this case. And majority of the general insurance companies' performance in the first half of 2020 was suppressed by the COVID-19 pandemic. And based on the financial statements in the second quarter, 8 out of 13 general insurers that listed on Indonesia's stock exchange recorded a decrease in net profit. The main cause is contracting premium income and increasing operating expenses. Although many companies recorded a decrease in net profit, this result is still quite positive amidst the intense pressure of the financial market amidst COVID-19 pandemic. And based on current conditions, the Indonesia General Insurance Association is projecting a further decline in 2020. And therefore, let's take a look at the next graphic for the further detail. Here it is, projections of 2020 Indonesia's general insurance industry that is provided by General Insurance Associations of Indonesia. Let's take a look at the premium growth scenario. We got 3 indicators here with this best scenario, bad scenario, and the worst scenario. First of all, the best scenario would be minus 17.5%. And yes, minus is still considered as the best scenario in here since 2020 is quite a phenomenon in here. And the bad scenario goes to minus 25%, while for the worst case scenario, it would hit minus 30%. Meanwhile, for the decline contributors, General Insurance Associations of Indonesia has gathered 2 contributors in here. First of all is the lower property and manufacturing insurance, and second of all is the lower financing and credit insurance. And this was stated directly by the statistical team of Indonesian General Insurance Associations. This decrease is a comparison to the positions at the end of 2019, where in 2019 General Insurance was able to achieve premium income of by 79.71 trillion rupiah, or grew by 14.1% year-on-year. And furthermore, lower insurance premium in the property, motor vehicle, and credit segments are expected to be the main contributors on the general and the decline in general insurance industry. So what are the strategies carried out by general insurance company in the midst of a pandemic? So let's move on to the next graphic. Here is, we can see several strategies of the general insurance amidst the pandemic in 2020. First of all, of course, maintains liquidity. And the second of all is maintain investment yield. And the third one is the cost management. And the fourth one is targeting new segment. And the fifth is that optimized technology platform for transactions. And the main point of these strategies are to maintain liquidity to anticipate rising claims that are not accompanied by premium growth. At the same time, insurance companies can also optimize premium income from the SME segment, both from micro and credit insurance. Meanwhile, COVID-19 pandemic requires insurance companies to apply technology and carry out the insurance business process. And yes, viewers, so hopefully the general insurance industry can maintain stability amidst the COVID-19 pandemic and still be able to provide the best services for all customers. And stay tuned to market headlines because we will be right back after this quick break.